Air traffic controllers across the United States were scheduled to be paid today. Instead, many opened their pay stubs to find $0 deposited, marking the first full paycheck they have missed since the federal government shutdown reached day 28. The lack of pay is compounding staffing strains at some facilities, and travelers are increasingly concerned that flight safety and reliability could be affected. One traveler noted there had been a crash from this airport not long ago and linked past concerns about air traffic control to the current uncertainty, saying the shutdown is not making things better. At Reagan National Airport outside Washington, D.C., Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy offered no concrete new steps toward resolving the shutdown or restoring pay for controllers now entering a fourth week without wages. With that first $0 paycheck in hand, more controllers are calling out sick in a system where only a handful of absences can trigger ripple effects. The consequences are immediate. The Federal Aviation Administration issued staffing alerts today in locations that do not typically experience them. Newark, which frequently struggles with staffing, was on the list, but new trouble spots also emerged. Atlanta, as well as the Denver Center, which manages tens of thousands of square miles of airspace over the central United States, and the Denver Control Tower. Because Denver is a major hub for United Airlines, disruptions there can spread widely as the day progresses. For now, delays and cancellations remain relatively low. Thanks to frontline efforts, controllers are also taking their case directly to travelers at about 20 airports nationwide, including Reagan National, Chicago O'Hare, Los Angeles International, Miami, and Tampa. Controllers and colleagues are distributing pamphlets at curbside areas, urging passengers to contact their representatives and press for an end to the shutdown. Whether those actions will move the needle remains to be seen. Peter Lefebvre, a controller at the Dulles International Airport Tower in Virginia, described the personal strain. He called the situation a double blow because his wife is also a federal employee who is not being paid. Without knowing when the next check will arrive, he said, families are forced to prioritize essentials such as childcare and fuel, drawing down savings that are not limitless. Every household situation is different, he added, but the uncertainty itself is difficult. Since the shutdown began, there have been roughly 275 staffing shortages at air traffic control facilities, about 4 times the number recorded during the same span last year. The job was already highly stressful. In some locations, controllers are working mandatory 6-day weeks with 10-hour shifts, and the profession carries a mandatory retirement age of 56.5. The United States remains short about 1,800 controllers nationwide, a gap that helps explain the reliance on mandatory overtime. Secretary Duffy acknowledged that the shutdown further complicates recruitment efforts. The FAA's Air Traffic Control Training Academy in Oklahoma City is essentially shuttered, stalling the pipeline of new hires. The effects officials and controllers war will extend beyond today's relatively modest delays and cancellations, with longer-term impacts on staffing, training, and the resilience of the air travel system.